If I'm an employer or I'm a government agency and I have someone in my employ who is online celebrating the heinous murder of an innocent person, a young husband and father, I can make the decision that they don't deserve to work for me. They shouldn't represent my company or my agency, and I have every right to do that, and I think that's appropriate. That's not the government censoring speech.
Freedom of speech on college campuses is back in the spotlight following Charlie Kirk's assassination at Utah Valley University last week. Here to discuss this with us is Vanderbilt University Chancellor Daniel Diermeier. Mr. Chancellor, welcome.
Thank you.
So at a time we're debating free speech in this country, at Vanderbilt, you believe in institutional neutrality. You allow student protests on campus, but if they go too far, you will suspend or even expel students. Would you explain your philosophy, sir?
Absolutely. We have a firm commitment to free expression on campus. It's based really on three pillars. One of them is open forums, which is our commitment to free speech without censoring or retribution. The second one is institutional neutrality. That means that the university will not take positions on political or policy issues. We're a university, not a political party. And then the last one is what we call civil discourse, is that we treat each other with respect. We use arguments and fact-based reasoning, and remember that we are members of one living, learning community. All these things are sustained by rules of when students can protest and what the limits of that are. And then when these rules are violated, then there are consequences, just like there would be for any other time when rules at the university are violated.
Considering higher education at this state in our country, do you get a rough reaction from some of the Ivy League leaders and some of these other schools that have a far left approach to education?
Well, I think we have been very clear about our principles and have been talking about them for years. At Vanderbilt, these principles really go back decades. And then about 3 years ago, we've been more vocal about them. We've been talking about them in the media and made the case for that really every university should be aligned with those principles, which are basic and fundamental for what it means to be a great university. What we have to be concerned about is that there is a drift towards political polarization or position taking. And at Vanderbilt, we're very clear that that's inconsistent with the purpose of a university.
Since the assassination of Charlie Kirk, there has been a surge in interest in Turning Point chapters. From X, TPUSA has received 62,000 plus requests from high school and college students nationwide to start a chapter or get involved with an existing chapter. My understanding is a chapter is in the works at Vanderbilt. What is your message to those students?
Yes, we've heard that too, and we are welcoming for our students to get involved in a whole variety of student organizations. These are student-led organizations, and they are really intended for students to pursue their interests and develop their leadership capabilities. We have a vibrant chapter of College Democrats, College Republicans on campus. We have a vibrant chapter of Young Americans for Freedom. And after the horrible shooting of Charlie Kirk, our College Democrats and College Republicans issued a joint statement condemning the killing and also reaffirming their commitment to civil discourse on campus.
What have conversations been like with you and your senior leadership team about securing events on Vanderbilt's campus following that assassination?
Yeah, security on campus is always a top 5 priority for us. We have our own sworn police force on campus that works closely with local law enforcement and with the FBI. We have a very sophisticated public safety operation. It is absolutely essential that we do everything possible to keep our campus safe.
And again, students have reacted with heartbreak to Charlie Kirk's assassination at Vanderbilt?
Oh, yeah. So we had, just a few days ago, we had a vigil on campus that was attended by our students. This is obviously something that the students talk about a lot, and they also support each other in these difficult times.
Chancellor Daniel Diermeier, the one school in the country that is top 20 in the U.S. News rankings and top 20 in college football, Vanderbilt University. So things are looking up at Vandy. They've always been a great school, but particularly strong right now. Congratulations, sir.
Well, thank you very much. We're looking forward to that. We have another game today, so we hope we're going to be successful there as well.
I'll be watching. Thank you, Chancellor. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.